Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 132, Calculus with Applications, Section 14.1, Problem 3. This is Section 14.1, Problem number 3. It says, consider the function f of x equals 4x cubed plus 6x squared minus 24x plus 11. Find the absolute maximum and absolute minimum on the interval from -3 to +3. So this is a 6-step process. The first step is to find the derivative. So f prime of x, the derivative, equals the 4x cubed will give me a result of 12x squared. And again, that's coming from the exponent of 3 coming down times the number in front of 4. 3 times 4 makes the 12. And the exponent drops by 1 from third power down to second power. The next piece, 6x squared, will give me a 12x to the first. And again, that comes from the exponent of 2 coming down times the number in front of 6. 2 times 6 is 12. The x to 1 less power, second power, drops to a first power. The minus 24x has a derivative of minus 24. And when you take the derivative of something with an x to the first, the answer is just the number in front, in this case minus 24. And the plus 11 at the end has no x with it, so its derivative is 0. So that's the answer for step 1. F prime of x is 12x squared plus 12x to the first minus 24. Step 2 is set that answer equal to 0. So I'll have 12x squared plus 12x to the first minus 24 equals 0. Step 3 is solve for x. Now, because I have an x squared, I have to solve this by factoring. I expect to see 2 answers. So to do that, I can start by pulling a 12 out of each piece of my equation here. There's a times 12 in everything. So I'll put 12, I'll make some parentheses, it's still equal to 0. And in the parentheses from the 12x squared, I get just an x squared. From the 12x to the first, I get an x to the first. And from minus 24, I get minus 2. And you can check that. 12 times x squared is 12x squared. 12 times x to the first is 12x to the first. 12 times minus 2 is minus 24. So it does factor like that. And now, the bigger parentheses can be split into 2 smaller parentheses by factoring. So I have x, x. And I want 2 numbers to multiply to make a minus 2 and add to be a plus 1. So that's going to be plus 2 and minus 1. So now each factor, a set of parentheses, will produce an answer. The x plus 2 gives me an answer of x equals minus 2. Again, that's the value of x that makes this equation true. If I put in a negative 2 where I have an x, I will, sure enough, get 0 equals 0. Makes the equation true. And the other factor of x minus 1 gives me a solution of x equals positive 1. And again, if I put in a positive 1 where I have an x, the equation becomes true. I get 0 equals 0. So that was step 3, solve for x. I have 2 answers for x. Step 4, find the height or y value that goes for any of the answers you get from step 3 that are within the given interval. Negative 2 is within the given interval. And so is positive 1. So I have to find the height for both of those. So f of negative 2 is 4x cubed will be 4 times negative 2 cubed. Plus 6x squared will be 6 times negative 2 squared. Plus minus 24x is minus 24 times minus 2, and then plus 11. So let's do the math for that. First, we start with negative 2 cubed. Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 is minus 8. Times the 4 in front, negative 8 times 4 is negative 32. The next piece, negative 2 squared. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, times the positive 6 that's in front. Positive 4 times positive 6 is positive 24. And then negative 24 times negative 2 is positive 48. And then I have plus 11. So my positives, 24 and 48 are 72. 72 and 11 is 83. Positive 83 and negative 32 should give me a positive 51. I can check that with the calculator just to make sure, though. Positive 51. So there's one of a few heights. Next, find the height for the other critical point I have here with an x value of positive 1. So f of positive 1. 4x cubed will become 4 times 1 cubed. Plus 6x squared will be 6 times 1 squared. Minus 24x will be minus 24 times 1 plus 11. So now if we do the math, 1 cubed, 1 times 1 times 1 is 1, times the 4 in front, it's all positive, 1 times 4 is 4. And then 6 times 1 squared, you have to do the 1 squared first, 1 times 1 is 1, times the 6 in front is 6, it's also positive. Minus 24 times 1 is minus 24. I have a plus 11. So if I add my positives, positive 4 and positive 6 is positive 10, plus 11 is positive 21. Positive 21 and negative 24 is minus 3. Let me just keep a box on these. So now I also have to find the height of the endpoints of the interval. That's the next step. Step 4 was find the heights of the answers you get from step 3 as long as they're within the given interval. Step 5 is find the heights of each endpoint of the interval. So I have an x value of minus 3, find that height. Also find the height for an x value of positive 3. So f of negative 3 is, I'm going to have 4 times negative 3 squared, cubed. Then I have plus 6 times negative 3 squared. Then minus 24 times x is minus 24 times negative 3 plus 11. So now negative 3 to the third power. Negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 again is negative 27 times the 4 that's in front. So negative 27 times positive 4 would be negative 108. Now the next piece, 6 times negative 3 squared. So first, negative 3 to the second power. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9 times the positive 6 in front. Positive 9 times positive 6 is positive 54. And then negative 24 times negative 3. Negative times a negative is positive. You get positive 72 plus 11. So now if I combine my positives, 54 and 72 should be 126. This would be 137. And if I do 137 minus 108, looks like 25. Let's check it. $29. Oh, good thing I checked. And it's positive. So now I also have to find the height for positive 3, the other endpoint. So again, positive 3 is an x value. Find the y value that goes with it. F of 3 is 4 times 3 cubed. Plus 6 times x squared becomes 6 times 3 squared. Minus 24 times x is minus 24 times 3 plus 11. So 3 cubed, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 again is 27, times the 4 in front, this time the 27 is positive, the 4 is positive, so I have positive 108. The next piece, 6 times 3 squared. 3 squared, 3 times 3 is 9, times the 6 in front is 54, also positive. And then negative 24 times 3 will be minus 72 and plus 11. So my positives, 108 and 54 is 162, and 11 would be 163. Let's do this on the calculator too, since it's handy. 108 plus 54 minus 72 plus 11 equals 101. So the last and final step is state the absolute maximum and absolute minimum. So for the maximum, my choices are positive 51, negative 3, positive 29, positive 101. Well, the biggest value is clearly the 101. So the absolute maximum is 101. And the absolute minimum would be the smallest of those values. And again, my choices are positive 51, negative 3, positive 29, and positive 101. Well, the smallest is negative 3. So that's the answer for this one. The absolute maximum is 101, which is positive, and the absolute minimum is negative 3.